Hey, my name is Alexey. In this video, I will talk about letting go, how you can let go of emotions and your past experiences, in general, why it helps also to manifest. And the thing is that we believe very often that if we keep holding into something, that it helps us actually. Or in other words, if we don't hold into something, if we let it go, then we will lose something. And that's the thing. Actually, it's not the case, because by letting things go, we get actually more energy. Or in other words, if we are attached to something very strong, we create outer importance. This means we put too much psychological meaning on something, too much psychological meaning, too much attachment. And as a result, we create excessive potential. And balanced forces try to reduce this excessive potential, and they take away from us what we actually want. So if you want to attract certain people, for example, or a certain amount of money, and you are strong attached to that, you have a lot of outer importance, then the balanced forces will take it away from you. And this means if we, on the other side, can let go of this attachment, then it will become easier for us to get what we want. Another thing how you can imagine is it's like with a dam. You know, when there's a dam, the water is blocked and it cannot move freely. If you accept the things that you are attached to, then the dam breaks and the water can move freely. And what I mean with the water is actually energy. The energy can move freely and you have all the access to it if you accept it, if you let it go. All this energy from the dam that breaks free, it's now available to you. Before that, it was not available to you. So if we are strong attached to something, the energy is not available to us, actually. Instead, it's blocked, like the water at the dam, you know. And so the thing is, okay, so how does it actually work with letting things go? So there are different levels. One level, for example, to let things go is expression. So this is when we just express something, talk about something. This is why a lot of women like to talk a lot. They release stress and energy by doing that. But the highest level is actually to surrender. It's just to accept something completely. Like when we are in resistance to something, like for example, someone said to us something in the past, and we still remember that. We still remember it. It keeps popping up, and we feel. And let's imagine we feel angry, right? I mean, everyone knows that. Everyone had such an experience somewhere in the past. And the thing is, we let it go by actually just first becoming aware of that, becoming internally aware of that, what happens in us. The thoughts, the emotions, everything. The thoughts and emotions and inner images that we have, or bodily responses that we have, we just observe that. And the more we can become aware of that, just observing that, and even if we have a reaction like that, we actually don't want that, it's painful, we observe it as well. So we observe also the reaction about the reaction. Like if you try to accept it and now you say to yourself, it pisses me off, I don't want to accept it, just observe it as well. Don't try to force it, just observe everything. And if we observe that, just experience everything that happens, all these reactions, we start to let things go. And it sometimes needs repetition. So it doesn't work always with one try. It's just like a skill. It's like a skill that you practice, and with time it gets better. And so the things that we accept usually, a lot of these things, they are repressed. And when they are repressed, we do it consciously, actually. So we consciously, sometimes when we talk in a situation, something pops up like a trigger. We consciously, because it's hard now to, in the conversation to go in this emotion, we consciously suppress it. And another level is actually even if we repress it. So repression is a level when we actually we don't do it consciously. Very often when we experience something bad as children, for example, we started to repress it, and now we don't have access. We don't have access to that. And the thing is, that comes up over time. We don't have to focus extra on that. Just focus on your goals, and these things will pop up automatically if you increase with time more and more your awareness and practice to let go. So this is why I recommend you actually to use the method of surrender, because it's the highest form to let things go. If we let things go, we become basically like empty, and now we have place for something new. Before that, if we have already this like negative emotions in us, for example, or like this low vibrancy emotions, low frequency emotions, if we have this in us, there's not place for something new. So very often the first step to change is actually to let things go, to re-experience these things. By doing that, we become more open and like empty, you know, we become empty, and now we are more ready for change. After we let things go, we are at the stage of acceptance. If we really fully let it go, we are at the stage of acceptance. From this on, we can move on, for example, and manifest what we truly want, because the past doesn't hold us back anymore. Because we are now at a neutral point. We can move on from there to create the future or the results, or to create the attract the people or the money that we want. And yeah, and after that we can for example manifest and create a new identity. This is what I talk a lot in other videos, how to manifest what you want. And yeah, just comment below, what is your experience with letting go? How has it helped you? And what is something that you want actually to manifest? And yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this video, and see you next time. Bye bye.